Okay, welcome back to Cody's Game Shelf. So this is kind of part of my Fantasy Flight games. I guess you could say this is my second shelf of my Fantasy Flight, but it's only about half Fantasy Flight. We'll start here. First of all, letters from, or this is Whitehall Mystery. This is kind of a trimmed down version of Letters from Whitechapel, but essentially one of you is Jack the Ripper. Three of you are hunting him down. You're trying to find him, trying to locate him, and he's got so much time to make it back to his hideout. But it's pretty fun. It's pretty light and a relatively quick game. You know, plays about an hour or so. Really like that one. XCOM the board game. This is fun. It uses an app. You have 4 distinct roles. You have got like a scientist, a commander, intelligence, and your tactical guy. Really fun. I've also got the expansion to it in here, but I've never played with the expansion, so there's a little bit of Shelf of Shame going on right there. But I really enjoy XCOM. This is always a fun game I liked. This is a holy grail game I know for a lot of people. It's out of print now. I keep hoping it'll come back, and maybe Whiz Kids will do it or somebody. But this is Forbidden Stars. I was hoping we get expansions to this, and we never did. This is a Warhammer game, obviously, but it is kind of a big space strategic game, and I haven't played it in a long time. It's probably been, gosh, it was before I moved to Texas. It's been 4 or 5 years since I played this game. So I got to break this one out and play it again. I know when I was in Texas, I had a buddy that played it, and he wanted to play it, and we were talked about it, but we just never got around to it. But great game, Forbidden Stars. Really like that one. This is Rex. This is the game that when Fantasy Flight decided they were going to reprint Dune, but they didn't have the license to the IP. They essentially put Dune in their own IP. So this is in the Twilight Imperium universe. You know, this honestly, I haven't played it for a while, and I've got the Dune game, and I kind of wonder if I should keep this or not. And I kind of am keeping it for sentimental reasons, and that's not a good reason to keep board games. But it is out of print, so I don't know. I'm thinking I'll probably hang on to it for a while, and maybe I'll give it another spin at some point. But it's a great game. I really liked Rex there. Letters from Whitechapel. Again, this is one player is Jack the Ripper. The other players are policemen trying to find him. It's got a higher player count, and it takes a little bit longer. It's a little bit more involved. It's not quite as streamlined, but I keep them both because I think they both have their own charm. And given the choice, I'd play the original, Letters from Whitechapel. But I realize you may have a lower player count, or you may not have the time, and you may want to have something that's a little bit more accessible. You go with Whitehall Mystery. Also, too, I will say one thing I'll say about Letters of Whitechapel. I've made this point before. I've never played a game that has made me as stressed as this game. In fact, when I played Jack the Ripper here, the first time I played it, I literally thought I was going to have a heart attack. My heart was beating. I was sweating. It was scary. It was scary. But anyway, worked out. I didn't die, so I really enjoyed that game. Android Netrunner. Android Netrunner is, of course, a great asymmetrical asymmetrical card game. One of you is a hacker trying to hack into a corporation. The other is the corporation trying to keep the hacker out, laying traps for the hacker. Very well done. Very interesting. Very just very engaging. Now, it is an LCG, and Fantasy Flight back in the day did send me a couple of expansions, and so I do have a couple of the bigger expansions in here that I played with. But I never got into like the tournament scene, and so I never like got all this stuff. But just for casual play with a friend, I really like it. It's a lot of fun, and so I'm hanging on to that one. Although I haven't played it in a while, but I do like it a lot. Fortress America. This is one I played. So the original Milton Bradley version came out, you know, kind of the Game Master series with Axis and Allies, and I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the original Fortress America. But I was super excited when I had an old beat up copy, and I was super excited when this version came out. And when this version came out, it kind of came and went. And there's some controversy. They kind of changed some stuff because in the first game it was total Red Dawn, America the good guys facing the world which were invading it, bad guys. Here they kind of tried to make it a little more ambiguous, and it was kind of frankly kind of stupid. But the game was still good, and they kind of streamlined gameplay a little bit. I wish they'd streamlined it more. I think it still feels very much like a game from the 80s. I think they could have done a better job updating it more. That was about 10 years ago this came out. I think it was 2012 when this came out. But it's still fun. I played it not long before I moved up here to Wyoming and with some friends, and it's a fun game. It's a good time. Like Fortress America, I did a review on it then. Good game. Now, Obscurio. I'd played Mysterium a few times. And I like Mysterium, but I didn't love it. But I really enjoyed Obscurio. Obscurio is one of you is a ghost, one of you is coming after the others. And what's cool about this one is one of you is a hidden traitor, and you don't know who the hidden traitor is. Really fun game. Really like that if you like that kind of hidden information. Okay, Fury of Dracula. This to me is one of the greatest games of all time. Love Fury of Dracula. This is the latest edition, the Whiz Kids edition. I had the two Fantasy Flight editions, which I really liked, and they got better and better. And then I really like the Whiz Kids edition because it's got the big painted minis. But this is one of my favorite games of all time. Usually this is a top 5 game for me of all time. I love it. I love the game playing as Dracula. You're hiding, you're running, but you're also fighting and confronting. But I love playing the hunters where you're negotiating and you're trying to figure out where is Dracula and you're trying to find him. Absolutely love Fury of Dracula. Can't say enough good things about it. OP Arena. I got this when I was down in Texas. WizKid sent it to me to review, and I got to be honest, I looked at the game and I wasn't that excited. I didn't think it looked very good at all. I just was not. I was like, okay, whatever. And then I took it one night to game night. We're going to play some other stuff, but I thought, well, maybe we can play a quick game of this first. And we played this like 9 times. It is so much fun. It's goofy fun. It's hysterical. And I played it several times in Texas. I haven't played it since I've left Texas, but it's goofy fun. It's card game, but you're rolling die. But the cards are, you have all these like monsters and undead, and then you've got like, perverted uncle or rich girl, or you just got all these different kinds of characters, and it's funny and it's fun. It's one of the rare games I have that can make me laugh when I play it. Most games don't, even when they try to be funny, they don't make me laugh. I mean, at the game itself. You're always laughing with your friends when you play games, right? Finally, this bad boy. Clash of Cultures Monumental Edition. This is a game that I was super excited for. Well, I played the original game, and I loved it, but I could never get it at the table, so I ended up giving it away. And I'd heard, to really appreciate it, you needed the expansions, and you couldn't get the expansions. They didn't print enough. I was really bummed. So I was super excited a few years ago when they announced they were coming out with this. When I was in Texas, they told me they were coming out with this. There were delays, then COVID happened, there was all sorts of problems. So this just came out like in September, I think. Late summer, early fall. And I've only played it the once. I need to play it more. I'm heading to Salt Lake before long. I might try to bring it and play it again. A lot of friends in Salt Lake. But this is a great game. Great civilization building game. One of the great civilization building games. Tremendous, tremendous fun. That's Clash of Cultures Monumental Edition from WizKids. All right, let me know. Do you like these games? Are there any I should get rid of? Do you like my shadow with my hat? Let me know what you think. Eager to hear your thoughts, and we'll see you next time on Cody's Game Shelf.